I think this era is not different than any era as it pertains to open relationships. I think the only issue is, can you find a woman who's willing to stick with you, or can you find a man who's open to letting his women sleep with other people? Historically, relationships have always been open. Kings have had mistresses that they've housed in their castles, and queens have had their men and their suitors in
different
their
time.
cabinet.
It's different time.
Right. But I'm saying that as far as things go now, we're better off because we don't have that sense of needing to be with someone for a political reason, right? We are together, we're bound in love, we commit to our partners because we want to be with them. So let's say you have a partner and they want to sleep with other people. I think men say no to open relationships because they don't want their woman fucking other people, not because they don't want to fuck other people. Y'all don't want an open relationship because you don't want good communication and you don't want your woman to have the freedom that you have.
My girl, my wife, with another nigga. It's just not happening. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, man, I feel like that situation is great in theory. It's great in theory, right? Man can have, 2 women, this, that, and the third, but that's not factoring into account of how possessive men are. You feel what I'm saying? Even if she's not our girl, if I smash, I feel like it's mine. Period. And I don't want nobody else in mine.
I think open relationships can definitely work. And it doesn't matter what era it's in. I personally wouldn't want to be in an open relationship. I want to make that very clear. I'm personally not endorsing open relationships, but if you are somebody that feels like you can be polyamorous, or I guess that's the term, polyamorous, or be in an open relationship, I think that's definitely doable. I think the most important thing is communication and making sure that boundaries are not crossed and that you set those boundaries firmly and that the other party knows what it is you expect. So as long as boundaries are not being crossed and as long as truth is being told, as long as there's no betrayal, I don't see why open relationships couldn't work, because people have made open relationships work in the past, they'll make them work now, they'll make them work in the future.
Women don't want men to be in open relationships because if I'm blowing your back out, you don't want me blowing this other one back
That's
out
not true.
the same way.
I'm cool with open relationships. I feel like, okay, so I watched this show on Netflix.
Clarification, go ahead.
I watched this show on Netflix
What show
called
was that?
Explained,
Okay.
where they talked about the idea of monogamy, and they
Okay.
basically related it to vegetarianism,
Okay.
in that it's not natural, right?
Okay.
Men are innately going to want to fuck around. Women too, but because of society, we're built to believe that we're not allowed to.
That's when
that being said,
that's when you're all on social media and
no,
you're brainwashed.
No.
Yes,
I
it
have
is.
been in a relationship with someone who sexually was attracted to other people, and the only problem that I had was the dishonesty.
He didn't love you.
No, that's not true.
That's true.
No, okay, well maybe he didn't love me, but
Maybe he loved you, but he wasn't in love with you.
I don't know what he
That's
was.
two different
It's
things.
really none of my business.
Two different things.
I think the important part is that you can love someone and sleep with somebody else.
An open relationship could work in this era, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to be free, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to do their own thing. The females think they niggas, and niggas just want to be wild and shit. But in real life and realistically, no. I don't think they could work in this area or happen in this era because women get too jealous, you know what I'm saying? They never know what they want. They say they open for this, open for that, and then they get their little action. They get an extra girlfriend. Now they don't want it no more. Now you showing her too much attention, or now she think that you like her more, or who do you like more? They want to know which one is the one and all that type of shit. So no.
I feel like, man, open relationship can never happen. Not with me. Not on my end, with my girl. It can't happen. You know what I'm saying? Because soon as a nigga hit you, y'all can just kiss. Fuck that hitting. Y'all can just kiss. I feel like you done fucked him down, sucked his dick. All that shit. Everything you done to me, man, that's what I'm going to think he done to you. And now I'm looking at you totally different. You a hoe now.
Everything I taught you, that's what I'm picturing you doing now.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time I look at you.
Every goddamn time. And we finished. Now, I gotta be the bad guy and go hit all your friends. I gotta hit a few of your cousins that like me on the low. Is that right? No. But like my boy say, is life fair?
For me, I think most women in an open relationship, they just don't even fucking know it. So you just need to accept that. If you're not married, shit, some of you who are married because your husbands are in my DMs. But for those of you who are realistic, you're in an open relationship anyway, you just don't even know it. Now, you need to ask yourself,
So hold on, what's an open relationship to you?
I mean, are you talking about an open relationship where both...
I just want to know what it means to you. When you hear open relationship, what do you?
I mean, when I think of an open relationship, I think of an agreed upon open relationship is two people that are choosing to go outside of their relationship and have other sexual or emotional encounters with other people.
Yes, and that's what I feel like too. So an open relationship is something that's agreed upon.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, men are in open relationships that are in relationships with women. And there are some women, quite a few, who know that their men do
They're
this.
not in a relationship with them women.
No.
They may do a little lying, but they're not in a relationship with
No,
them
if
women.
you're married or you're having a committed relationship and you're sleeping with other women, you're in an open relationship, your wife or your spouse is not. You know what I'm saying? Men prefer it that way because men do not like to share their pussy. You know, they are very possessive. You know, a woman can't do what a man can do because she's not going to be looked the same.
Would an open relationship work in this era? Me personally, no. I can't. It's too much STDs and nasty niggas out here for me to work with an open relationship. I'm sorry. People don't get tested like they're supposed to. Let's get that out there. A lot of people out here running around with all kind of diseases and all kind of stuff. I can't deal with that. You need to get at least tested once a month or whatever. Actually, after every time you have sex with somebody, I don't care if you have protected sex or unprotected sex. I need you to get tested, personally. I done dealt with too much of that drama in the past. So, yeah, you need to go get tested. I can't deal with an open relationship.
I think monogamy is such a toxic concept because it's like you can sleep with other people if you're in love as long as it's not breaking the trust that you have.
But I feel it's not the same because, especially when sex is involved, if you're about one person and you're all into that person, you don't think about nobody else.
Personally,
you don't
that's
even
true
you don't
for me.
even if it's a fine woman, I can see a fine woman walk through the door. If I'm involved with one woman and I say I love that person, I'm in love with that person, I'm not even physically attracted to that person.
That's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
How you gonna tell me?
There's okay. Let me say
She
this.
can be cute, but I'm not sexually attracted to
60
her.
years. Let's say for 60 years you are married to one person.
Okay.
You're not going to get a crush on anybody else. Whether or not you act on it, you will. You will find somebody else attractive. You might even have sexual thoughts about them. That's natural. That's human.
But that I don't get an urge to do it.
To sleep with them.
I don't
Correct.
get an urge to
But
do it.
some people do.
I think this question don't factor in the pedestal that men put their women on, right? Regardless of how many it is, if it's 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, but men put their women on a pedestal. So if you hit somebody else, you are automatically damaged goods. You make a steep fall off of that pedestal. You know what I'm saying? So
Nothing. You in the abyss.
I mean,
I
like,
can't even see you, man.
it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So hell no, open relationship is not even close to possible. My wife, my girl, she is mine. Period. This is my opinion.
Normal people, on a day-to-day basis, you think an open relationship would work?
I do, and I think that there are some people that see monogamy and sex as not one and the same. Like there are some people that feel like they can love somebody, but they want to have sex with other people, and that's why I say 2 people that are on that same wavelength, as long as you're in communication and you're talking and you say, look, this is how I feel, like I don't want this boundary crossed, like these are my boundaries, these are my hard lines, don't cross me. I feel like that's fine, because then it's not an act of betrayal. It's not an act of mistrust. It's not an act of lying. You're not covering up anything. There's open communication, and you know exactly where the other person stands.
A woman that's opening her legs to different men, you know, now you devalued his pussy. You know, that's his. You know, that in his mind, you know, you ever have a man, you know, he's fucking you, he tell you this is my pussy? He mean that shit.
Yeah,
Okay? He
lady.
mean that. In the depths of his soul, he mean that.
Ladies, do not devalue that pussy, that man's pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
Do
He
not
means
do
that
that.
shit. Hey, you ever seen a nigga find out that you slept with somebody else? The nigga is heartbroken. He will never look at you the same. Like, you know, ever. You know, he will never respect you the same. So honestly and truthfully, a man can be doing his thing, but a woman can't. That's just the, you know, that's just the, I know women are gonna be like, oh my God, why'd you say that? But that's the fucking truth. I'm grown. I'm gonna tell the truth.
You've never met a guy who genuinely, truly was in love and he was still cheating on his girl. You've never met that. Because I have guy friends, platonic guy friends, who love the woman that they're with, and you know what? Because they are so exposed to vagina, they take advantage of it.
I just say it like this. For me, growing, 5 years ago, I could agree with you. But now, like I said, when you're focused on one person, if that's the only person that you're about, nothing else matters. And
I don't
you're
think
not
that
gonna,
that's
you're not
true.
gonna. Yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
that's true for
Because
you,
you
but
haven't been
how
in
are
that
you going to
position
say
though.
that's not true? I have.
All the way, like 100%.
First of all, let me say this. I've
100%
never
you've been
been,
with-
I've
you've been
never slept.
mentally with that- with
oh
someone.
yes, for 5 years I was in love with somebody so greatly
And
that
you
I wasn't
still-
even attracted
and
to
you
other
still,
people.
okay, but did you still want to sleep with other people?
No, but I was cool if they did, and it kind of turned me on a little bit.
Thing is, man, is that people's self-esteem is not built for open relationships. Like I said, it sounds great in theory, but people have self-esteem, people have pride. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't matter what they agree to. Like, let's put open relationships aside, multiple. Let's put that aside. Let's put just two people talking, right? Before that title even get there, you feel what I'm saying? People be like, oh, I ain't looking for nothing, you know, we can just kick it, we can have a good time, this, that, and third. All of that shit sounds amazing. Sounds great. Until you hit 5 or 6 or 7 times. Now all of a sudden, she hitting you at 7:30 in the morning asking how your day was. That ain't even your relationship.
Exactly.
You know what
Or
I'm
you
saying?
can been there hit one time, and she see you next week at the club with one on you on your lap. It's gonna be all sorts of bitch ass niggas and all that. Soon as she gonna hit you right there in that club, she ain't gonna wait.
It's a fact.
You a hoe ass bitch, man. Who the fuck is that?
When women get to dibbling and dabbling in other stuff, then they become disloyal, and at that point, the man can't trust you no more. If he could trust you, then maybe some niggas might let that shit slide. But once a lady gets some other stuff, then she starts to turn on you, and then
It's different.
everything y'all had
Women are wired-
deteriorates.
Women are wired differently because women are emotional. You know what I'm saying? Women of essence can't just fuck another nigga and not feel anything for him. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be emotions tied to it. Whereas there are some women that are just so fucking broken that they can just sleep with multiple men and it's nothing. But do you really want to be with somebody like that? Like, I don't think so. I mean, but men could sleep with Gina, Kim, Tanya, Sharice, and Tasha, Becky, Jenny on Thursday, and never love those other women and be completely in love with you. But ain't nothing like new pussy, like my brother said.
Well, with men, it don't work for a woman because a man likes to have that sole possession of that woman. If he's having sex with her, he considers her that's his. Now he can go have sex with another woman regardless, but just the thought of her having sex with another man pleasing her, it's not gonna work. You can't be in the back of your mind. You don't think, oh, what is he doing that's making her want to go back to him and not just want to stay with me. It's just me personally. If you ain't doing a good enough job and she want to go to somebody else and go have sex with another man, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
I think that that's not fair to say that, oh, if I'm in love with someone, I don't want them to sleep with other people. That's not true. And this is like caveat, like don't get in a relationship with me and start slinging dick, but like if we're together for 60 years and you haven't gotten any pussy, you might kind of be whack to me. Like, I kind of want to see you in action. I want to see you pull some bitches. Like, I don't think it's fair to say that when you're in love, you need to be monogamous. That's not fair. And it's not fair to say that that's the one and only way a relationship can work. Because how many relationships have failed due to the lack of communication? Because one partner wanted to be with other people and one partner said no.
That's true.
That's another thing. Y'all gotta stop lying and saying me neither. When a man say, look, I ain't looking for nothing serious right now, me neither. You a goddamn lie. Stop doing that.
Every girl that's in the dating market wants something serious.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Every girl that's in the dating market trying to get married to the next nigga they talking to. That's just what it is. And us niggas, we ain't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? My nigga that left a relationship last week, the next 6 is just collateral damage.
That's a fact. It's
That's
funny,
just
that's
what
a
it
fact.
is.
Ain't nothing like new pussy. I mean, new pussy gets old though, and then you go back home. It's like a dog who goes outside of his house and he goes plays in the yard and he goes in the puddles and he goes
I can agree with you on
and then
that.
he comes back home and he's happy. He takes a shower in the bath and he comes lay right by the fire by his master's feet. That's kind of like a nigga.
So
Long story short, open relationships work for men, not for women. But the difference is that, that type of disloyal to a woman could cause her to become insecure, broken, frustrated, and then you gotta listen to and you still don't get that shit at home. So you need to find a woman who's comfortable with that. And you know what? I'm sorry, but open relationships is a rich man's sport. If you're a regular average nigga, you can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's for rich niggas. Rich niggas who can take care of you in a certain way to make you be so that you can never see that,
Shout out my nigga Future. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
I mean, Trisha Thompson, and the rest of you niggas, Kanye, all y'all niggas, Jay-Z, all the ones who can cheat and buy their wife's love and loyalty back or keep her comfortable while he doing what he doing and never bringing her face. Them the type of men that can have open relationships. You niggas working a 9 to 5 and making $40,000 a year, you can try that shit, but I guarantee you gonna lose.
I don't feel like you can love somebody when you let somebody else go have sex with somebody else. I think we are physically connected through love, period. I think you have to love somebody physically first. I think from the point on you see somebody, you physically see in them that, hey, I love this guy for what they look like or whatever their physical traits, you love them. So for a woman, personally, most women don't go and have sex with anybody just because of their physical traits. They go because they stimulate them mentally or something else that gets them motivated to want to have sex with them. They're not all men are physically motivated to go have sex with another woman. But women, you have to mentally, motivate them to want to have sex with them. I mean, they don't just, he's fine, I'm just going to have sex with him.
I don't know if,
Unless you're a celebrity.
I don't know if I agree with that. And honestly, the way I be hearing some men out here talking about women calling them hoes, such and such, et cetera, women like to have sex too.
They do.
Women like to have sex too. Women like to have sex with different men at different times. And that is perfectly fine as long as boundaries are not being crossed, as long as protection is involved, as long as you get tested regular. Because this is the thing. You can say that you love somebody.
But that's a lot of boundaries you're setting.
But listen. You
like
can
you
say,
telling somebody they need to go get tested.
No.
We have to.
You should be getting
have to
tested
follow.
regardless.
You telling somebody that they have to follow the rules and they can't even follow the speed limit on the highway.
One thing is communication, but then it comes down to, okay, so we do have that talk, and you're okay with me, I'm communicating that, hey, every now and then I just might step out. It is what it is. But let's say I do that, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, women get jealous. Y'all are by nature, y'all get jealous. So
Yeah.
if I'm holding it down with you, I'm slinging dick down with you. Just you imagining slinging dick with somebody else, like you're not always gonna be comfortable about that. That just
Jealousy
what
is
it
going to be in a relationship regardless.
Yes.
A lot
So
of the
so why
things, a
take
lot
a
of the
chance?
problems that come with sleeping with other people are elements that exist in a relationship, whether or not you're sleeping with someone else. So
Yes.
to
Yes.
say that the sleeping with someone else, to say that the communication about sleeping with someone else is what's going to be the factor that tears a relationship apart, it's not true. The fact of the matter is relationships are hard to work through, period.
Yes.
Relationships that last are rare, period. So if you find something that works for you and the person you're with, whether they're fucking other people or they're not, yes, an open relationship could work in the same way that it could fail, in the
But-
same way that a monogamous relationship could work
But how
or fail.
often does that work?
How often does monogamy work?
is-
How often have you met someone who has been monogamous and married for years and years and years and years? I'll wait. Name a 50-year marriage that the man has never touched another woman.
I can name a lot.
I couldn't.
Most niggas can't please one woman, let alone two. You know what I'm saying? You got to crawl before you walk. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to learn how to handle one first before you try to deal with multiple. You feel, like I say, that shit sound great in theory. And then, until you get in that situation and now you got 2, 3, 4 women nagging at your ass 24/7.
Exactly.
When you couldn't handle that one. You was always arguing with that one. Y'all was always getting the shit. Imagine that times 2 or 3.
And you see the ones that tried to put that together, they have 2 babies at the same time. Mm-hmm. Done with both of the chicks and on child support for both of them. And both of the kids the same age don't know each other.
That's a fact.
Now y'all all 3 look stupid as fuck. Everybody looking stupid out here. Both moms, grandparents, everybody. Now you got side babies on side babies. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, he can never afford nothing, so he gonna have another chick, you know what I'm saying, that's trash now, cause she gonna put up with anything, cause only trash women put up with niggas that can deal with all that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that, baby. You gonna fall into the statistic category, dude.
I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you.
There are some people that define love as not just monogamy. There are some people that say, I love my partner enough that whatever makes them happy is gonna make me happy. Like, that's how some people define love. And so some people say, you know what, if my partner wants to, you know what I'm saying, have sex with another person, or if my partner wants to, you know what I'm saying, engage with another person in a romantic relationship while they're with me, if that makes them happy, then that makes me happy. Also, I'm okay being, you know, polyamorous or being in an open relationship. So if I engage with somebody else in another, you know what I'm saying, relationship while I'm with my partner, that's fine. As long as boundaries are not being crossed and as long as there is no betrayal or any lying being done.
How much money you gotta have to have an open relationship?
You talking about with me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. How much is it for you?
I don't know because I'm a realist.
$250,000,
No,
$500,000?
I'm a realist. I don't think that, I don't care if I have, diamonds in my pussy. A nigga still gonna be a man regardless, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not under the impression that he's not gonna necessarily like not step out. But I got rules for that, Don't kiss these hoes in the mouth. Don't not use a condom. Stop, but don't tell them you love them. I set rules for this because I'm not a fucking idiot. Niggas are gonna do it. Niggas are gonna do it. They are. Women can lie to themselves and say that they're not, but I guarantee you, sweetie, 9 times out of 10 of these women who are posting on Instagram,
Hold on.
yo nigga is in my DMs
Shout
or
out-
one of my friends' DMs.
Shout out to all the faithful men. A lot of us
It's
are
a
black.
handful,
A lot of us
y'all.
are black. So shout out to the black faithful men.
Shout out to y'all.
We here.
Where your brother at?
I'm a little bit older, so as you get
How
older,
much older? Before you start trying to belittle me
5
because
years-
I'm
I'm 5
young,
years older than you.
that's nothing.
But yes, it is.
No, that's
a
nothing.
big
You don't even
25
have
to 30.
kids yet. You don't even have
25
kids
I
yet.
don't.
There's
I don't
a
need
whole
kids.
element of life that you haven't even tapped into while you're talking about
I
you're
don't have
5
to.
years older.
I don't have to, but I've dated enough
Okay, me
to
too.
understand and know how life works, and I've dated enough to know when you care about someone and you're 100% about them, and you don't let outside
That works
distractions.
for you and your dick, though.
Yeah.
So how are you going to speak on another man's dick?
Okay, so but
you know
I'm
what works
saying,
for him?
but you acting like it's not possible. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm not. I'm not acting
Yes,
like
you
it's not
are.
possible. I think monogamy is 100% possible if you meet a man who wants to be monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that non-monogamy is a 100% possible if you meet a couple that's okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
you-
that you
but-
can't
but-
say that one is doomed to fail and one is not.
At the end of the day, man, people need to stick to one person. Well, I feel me speaking personally. Don't get me wrong. Now, some people, it's always an exception to every rule. Ain't no such thing as all or every. But for the most part, niggas can't handle open relationship. Neither side. You know what I'm saying? Because even the dudes that be like, oh man, I can handle open relationship. That mean I get 3-4 women. As soon as that chick that he really like, because all niggas, it don't matter how many chicks he talking to, it's always one that he really, really like, even if he don't tell her. So the second that she or he see her on social media with another nigga, all that shit is out the window.
That's real.
All that shit is out the window.
What's your definition of open relationship?
My definition of open
Yeah.
relationship? Honestly, I don't know my definition of a relationship because I've never been in one, and I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to speak on something that I have not been involved in. And if it's any niggas that's watching this, baby, I just want to let you know right now. If you thought we was in an open relationship, baby, I will come and find you and whip your ass. I was never in an open relationship with you. Let's get that all the way clear. Let's get that all the way clear right now.
He was in an open relationship.
Let's
You
get
just
that all
wasn't.
let's get that all the
You
way
ain't
clear
know
right
about
now.
that open relationship.
Nah, players get got too. But seriously, I mean, I really do believe that that an open relationship is defined by trust, and it's defined by communication, and it's defined by understanding what your partner's boundaries are. If boundaries are being crossed, you're not in an open relationship, you lying.
A lot of people don't want to be embarrassed. You got the whole social media thing, you know what I'm saying? When what's her name? Tiana Taylor and the Iman Shumpert thing came out with the threesome, and they had the threesome, and now they got the other bitch pregnant. Everybody's like, oh, she's so stupid. They got her pregnant. And it was false. Like a lot of people don't want to have that trauma and that shit on
but
them.
you invited you invited the public to have a comment on it.
But that's what an open relationship is. It's open.
It's open,
It's
yeah,
open.
but
So the public gonna have something to say about it. Like
yeah, but be
it's
prepared
open.
for that. Be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa wasn't announcing it to everybody he was fucking around on Big Mama down the road. He wasn't making that known, and it was known that that other chick better not ever approach Big Mama. It's gonna be hell to pay the captain. Say that's not the truth. It is the truth.
But see, having a side chick in an open relationship is two different things.
No, it's technically not.
That's two
really.
different things.
Let me know a
It's
man
really
that's
two
gonna
different
allow
things.
his wife to be with another man. Point it out. Let me know. You gonna let your wife be with another man or your girlfriend?
No.
Okay, so it'll never be open.
Like you said, most men may want to, hit something else. A lot of men aren't comfortable going to a woman saying, "Hey, baby, I love
But
the
you're
fuck out of
talking
you," but
about
at the same
cheating.
time, no,
And
it's
cheating.
not.
No, you are talking
No,
about
it's not.
cheating.
That's open relationship.
So do you think that if a
That's an
woman
open relationship.
if you approached a man who wanted to cheat on his girl, who wanted to sleep with other people, and you said, you know what, we are going to be monogamous, that relationship's going to succeed? No, it's not.
With a woman?
No, it's not.
Because a woman
No,
expects monogamy.
not. Okay, but if she
90% of women expect monogamy.
What
Yes or
you're
no?
no.
Yes or no?
Yes, and that's
Okay.
toxic. That's why 90% of relationships fail, because you're not realistic about the partner that
A
you're
lot of
dealing
women
with.
aren't realistic. You're right. You're
Okay,
absolutely
so
right.
you're
So
you're
who's more bound to cheat, a man or a woman?
a man.
Why is that?
Because it's more acceptable for you.
It's more acceptable, but at the same time, women love sex. Women love sex. Y'all, women.
We're not more bound to cheat. It's not.
But,
because society will shame us. In the way that the woman wears a scarlet letter,
Okay.
we can't cheat in peace.
But you're right. Y'all are afraid of being shamed, but at the same time, women are way more freakier, way more nastier. Like, if y'all had it y'all way,
And
y'all would have.
we are way
hold
more
on.
experienced suppressing those urges than y'all are.
If y'all
I'm
had it,
sorry.
if y'all had it y'all way,
Yeah.
y'all would have 2 dicks.
All the time.
Exactly.
24/7.
I
But
know,
let me
we
tell you
know
something.
that.
Let me tell you
We
something.
know
We're
that.
so horny and we want to fuck
We
so
know.
much and we get to suppress it so much that we're pros. How y'all, when your dick gets hard, you're like, oh my gosh, where's the vagina? I need to fuck.
But that's
we don't
younger
feel
men.
that.
That's
no,
younger
we
men.
don't feel that. I'm just saying, like,
As you
men
get
are
older-
more
as you
prone
get
to
older,
cheat
that
because you guys are
perception
less
changes.
likely to suppress your urges. We're very good at it as women.
The only way I could possibly see it working is at the beginning, y'all both lay that on the table. At the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody let their best friend hit. You know what I'm saying? See how that go. If you can handle that, you gonna make it through whatever, baby. That's storm. you gonna run through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't handle if either side say hell no, y'all ain't ready. Because it's always gonna be somebody that he see or she see that's finer than you, that has something that they like, you know what I'm saying, that's better than yours or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that happened, you done lost her or him.
I can't feel like you can trust somebody and let them go have sex or go on dates with somebody, regardless if it's physically or just mentally. Let them stimulate you and you be okay with that. I don't feel like that's right. If you're in a relationship, that means you have love for them or you love them, right?
But some people say love is not possessive. Love is not selfish.
It's-
Love is not, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like you gotta have control over what
You're not
everything your partner does.
You're not controlling them, but when somebody else is go on and doing the same thing that you're doing with them, they have you 50-50. You're showing you have 50% of them and they have 50% of them. So they're giving you 50% and they're giving this other person 50%, and you're okay with just getting half of what they have?
Some people that are in open relationships don't feel like they're giving the other party 50%. They feel like they're giving them 0%. They just have sex.
An open relationship is an open relationship. Like, what's open? Like, you know what I'm saying? It has to be discussed. If you doing something on the side, and it's not an open relationship because you're doing it on the side. An open relationship is, hey, this is such and such.
Well, no, I don't think that open relationships work, period. I don't.
So you don't think that women can handle that, or you don't think that men can control the open, having that privilege?
I just think it's a little too much, period, across the board. It is.
I mean,
I think open relationships don't work, but I think that at the end of the day, like I said before, I have my feelings about men who sleep with other women. Eventually, it'll go out of their system, but especially the men who marry young. I mean, it doesn't matter how much. I mean, fuck, if Beyonce can get cheated on, bitch, you ain't got no hope.
How you keep saying an open relationship is doomed to fail, that's not true. What is doomed to fail is people who step outside of their relationship without that communication.
Open relationships are doomed to fail because of lack of communication.
Okay, but that is the same way that a regular relationship is doomed to fail. I think
Correct.
it's an even playing field.
Correct.
I think that if a regular relationship isn't sustainable in this society, then an open relationship isn't either. But if you can sustain a regular relationship, you can sustain an open relationship, because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to switch between the two is who you're fucking.
Now, if y'all cool with letting one another hit best friend or something like that, something that close, y'all get past that point, you might make it. You got a 30% chance of making it. It went from 5, but you went to 30%. That's way better than 5, baby. You know what I'm saying? You still might end up baby moms with 6 kids, and I went to see the goddamn what that is, the Reaper. You done seen the Reaper a couple times. But you know what I'm saying? You done made it out of that.
We're dating.
Okay, that's
One
fair,
on,
that's
we're
fair.
dating, and you're telling me, hey, I'm gonna go have sex with this guy, or I'm gonna go on dates with this guy, whatever it is, and you're okay with me going on dates with this girl or having sex with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's okay in this era?
I didn't say I think it was okay. I'm saying I think it can work as
That
long
shit ain't
as
working. That shit ain't never
boundaries.
working.
I'm gonna keep going back to boundaries.
ain't
As
never
long as boundaries are not
You can
being
set
crossed.
boundaries all the time. They always get broke because people's feelings get hurt. People get emotionally attached.
I think
and
there's a
then
certain
things start
level
to
of
change.
maturity that requires.
As you grow older, you start to want more things. You start to like that person more and certain features about them. And you're like, oh, I said I want an open relationship, but now I don't like you seeing that girl. I don't like you. And then all of a sudden he like fucking that girl more than he like fucking you. She more freaky than you. And all of a sudden, and you over here was giving up ass for free.
But see, that's the thing. People that engage in open relationships know the risks. They fully and completely understand the risks associated with engaging in a polyamorous or in an open relationship.
But it never works.
To you.
Are you saying that, ladies, you know you're gonna be cheated on, so have an open relationship for this amount of months?
No, I'm not saying that at all. Don't put those words in my mouth. I'm absolutely not saying that at all. I'm saying.
Because you saying it's no, you know it's gonna happen.
I said it's a strong possibility that it can happen. So don't live in fucking la la land.
So does that mean break them off or create an open relationship for a time period? That's what I'm saying. Like have it, okay, well, I know he's gonna do this because I know, boom, boom, like you said, he gonna come back. So it's like, okay, well, do all you gotta do in 6 months and then let's get back right? Or what are you saying?
No, I wouldn't say that either, because then you're inviting him to fuck around, and then he's like, oh well, I can do this again. Like, no, hell no. Set boundaries.
But you allow
set fucking boundaries.
You
It's every woman is different. I'm saying set boundaries within your own relationship. I'm not telling anybody how to have their relationship. I'm saying I've set boundaries within my own relationships, especially when I'm not married. It's a different story when you're not married. We're just dating. My nigga, you go do you, okay? I know you go do you. So let me tell you the boundaries that I think the respect should be. You know what I'm saying? And that's me though. That's my
basically,
friend.
okay, so you setting up an open relationship. That's basically what you're doing.
I guess so.
On your terms.
On my terms, yeah.
Especially if you meet a man that meets all your needs sexually, you're not going to want to share that. How come on
You
now,
might.
be real.
You might.
Be real.
So
If I'm pleasing
so
all
you've
your needs
never-
sexually, you saying
You've never
that-
wanted to picture your girlfriend with another woman? Or your wife or anybody?
Of course, a man. That's what we do.
So let's say like
that's
you
different.
were in like a
But I'm not about to picture her with
non-binary
another
stance.
man.
Well, maybe you like men and women and you want to see them together.
Not me.
Okay, not you, but it's not about you. It's about other people and other
Okay.
humans and what works for them.
I'm talking about me. I can only relate to me.
Okay, well I'm sorry, your relationship's not gonna work, but mine might be open.
So you're real because you're open for open relationships.
I'm
is what you're
open
saying.
for working with my partner.
Women are too competitive to share. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I'm speaking from our perspective, looking on the outside. Women are far too competitive to share. You feel me? So even if, say for instance, like let's put open relationships aside. Let's just talk about threesomes. You know what I'm saying? Every man want a threesome. Again, that shit sounds amazing in theory, right? Until you having too much fun with the chick that y'all having a threesome with,
Not
and
even
now
that.
your gal hitting your ass and asking who was better.
Before that though, you pick a chick that she think that's fine in her. Better be a negative.
Now you got a
She
whole
gonna
issue.
have to pick the chick.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So now you got a whole issue down the line. Now fucking with her self-esteem, her insecurity kicking in. Now y'all whole relationship done fucked up.
Open relationships is purely self-esteem based. If your shit ain't tip top, I'm talking unfazed through anything. If you just can't handle all types of pressure at any moment, that ain't for you, baby.
I'm a one dick woman. I'm happy with my dick. Now, if your dick suck, we might just need to end this relationship. Because, I'm not gonna say your dick suck, but I'm gonna just fall back. I don't wanna have to train myself to shitty dick. I've done it already. It's not a very good thing. It's a sad thing.
Hey, I better lost my words right now. I don't know what to say, man. So, more of the story is no for open relationships because there's too much going on, too much emotions, too much. People need closure. This is the era of closure. People need to know what's going on. They need to hear this and hear that.
Boundaries.
You know what I'm saying? And boundaries, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So I say open relationships is close to impossible because people need closure.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have somebody with me coming in my head now.
Facts.
Open relationships don't work. They will never work. Not around me. No, you can't be fucking nobody else unless somebody else have your body. Something that I'm giving, that you're giving to me, and I'm giving back to you now. You can't let that work.
I would agree with you. I would never want to engage in open relationships. I don't believe that I could personally be in open relationships. I don't believe in that. But I do feel like there's people out there that are happy and fulfilled in open relationships. More power to you.
They gotta have some.
Write down in the comments below if you're in an open relationship and you got some advice you want to give to folks.
They gotta have, only time you can be in an open relationship as a man is if your thing is small as shit. That's the only way.
Or if your thing is big as shit and you got that BDE. Let's be clear. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're right. You might be right about that.
All right.
So are you saying that he can have a whole different partner, or are you just saying from time to time? Like how does that work in the first place?
How are you going to establish roles before you meet somebody? You can't.
When you meet them,
can't.
how
You
does
play
that
it
work?
by ear. You play it by ear.
But how does that work? How does that open relationship work in the first place?
You play it by ear. You communicate. Whatever works for your partner, what your partner needs, you meet them halfway. You meet them 80% when they only have 20, and they meet you 80 when you only have 20. Like, that's a relationship.
You're right.
You work with the person you're with. So I'm not gonna say, oh, you're out if I don't know you. I don't know your needs. You can't say what someone's gonna.
Open relationship is a no for me.
Okay,
I'm just
cool.
sorry. Because
Just because it's a no for him doesn't mean it won't work.
In my experience, even if I've even brought up a threesome or whatever it is, women, period, just don't like to share. It just is what it is. Especially if you putting it down, you eating that cat, you putting the dick down. Women don't want to share that shit with another woman. That just is what it is. I'm sorry. That's just my experience. Women just don't want to share that experience.
You just
with
want to
another
get
man.
on camera and say that you got good dick, and it's
ahead.
cool. It's cool. Say your piece and go. Say your piece and go.